One thing you got to give Larry Bird, he never stopped talking trash. Ever. Ever.
I was the first guy really to guard Larry. I remember I was like you, I was the king of the mountain, man. About 20 and 10 when Bird got here. So I'm thinking he's coming to this building. I'm looking at him, but we have the first practice. I'm thinking like, this ought to be a piece of cake. Yeah. Guy don't look fast, don't look good. Yeah. I'm about to do something to him. Boy, it changed my opinion about racism in this world. Because I remember he scored the first basket jet on me. But as I proceeded, he started going further and further and further away. And by the end of the practice, it finished. The first black person I got to, I said, you know what? That fucking white guy can play down there. Every other person of color would ask me when the Celtics got ready to play, they're like, yo, man, how's this kid Bird? You about to find out. You about to find out.
Right. Damn. Larry was the originator of getting in your face and talking trash. And then you sit there and you go, this guy up in my face talking noise. He ain't that fast, he's slow. But he knew how to aggravate you, agitate you enough to get you out of your game.
Larry Bird catches the ball in the corner. I take off running out at Larry Bird. And right when he's getting ready to shoot, I jump. And as I go by, him, he tells me, he says, fly, Bird. And I go right by him, he shoots the ball. It's nothing but nylon.
Larry Bird was a pain in the neck. Anytime we had a chance to win, Larry Bird changed that.
There was a certain confidence you had because, if you ever got in trouble, give the ball to Larry and get out of his way. And he delivered.
Here he was out there with a quarter of black guys out there talking trash with him. And the rest of the fellas are sitting there going, hey, the boy man, what can you say? And I think what America saw in this guy was somebody who really didn't see race.
If you look at the 30 for 30 we did, where it said best of enemies with the Lakers Celtics, and they asked me about Larry, and I said, the biggest talk I ever seen. Tell you, I jump at it trying to block. He said, Scott, you jump high, but not that high. He would just talk and the whole game. Oh, guys, I'm going right over there, catch the ball and shoot it. Ain't shit y'all can do about it. I mean, just like that, that type of talk. And I remember when I was talking to the producers and we was doing that film, I said, yeah, Larry's the biggest shit talker in the NBA. And then I said, I guess it ain't shit talking if you can back it up. Yeah. And Larry backed it up every single night. The thing that I loved about him is that he was a shit talker. And I wish you would have got a chance to play against him, Robert, because I swear to God, you'd have loved playing against him because the dude would just tell you where he's going, shoot it in your face, talk shit to you, and run back down the floor.
You have one job to do. Don't lose sight of Larry Bird.
I failed. I failed.
How did you lose sight of Larry Bird?
Larry was so smart. I don't know what they ran, the play called, but he diagrammed something where Danny Ainge was in the corner, right? So I had Cooper between, me and Danny Ainge. So I was trying to deny Larry Bird. And then when the referee gave him the ball, I realized what was happening, but it was too late. He kept pushing me up a little bit. And then Danny Ainge cleared out. And that whole side was open. And when that ball was in the air, I'd already thrown the ball away in game 2 in 1984. And now I'm thinking, what a defensive dummy. Allowed him to get the ball. He saw me coming. He didn't have much time, and I think he did see me out of his eye. But he doesn't miss that shot, so I just was lucky.
I can remember a particular game we played against the Clippers, and it was a better than normal year for the Clippers. And sometimes I would get the start, and I would play in the front court with Bird and with Parrish. Bird tells the coach, I'm going to get the ball in the corner and I'm going to shoot a three and the game is over. He told the
opposing team. He's telling them, right.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, come on. You hear these stories, but they can't be true. It was like a normal occurrence, Jay, but that was one of my first years on the team. And I'm saying to myself, like, the dude just told the opposing team where he was going to shoot the ball from. Doesn't even look, just walks right off the court and into the locker room. And everybody's like, yeah, he does that all the time. That's just what he does. And it was incredible to watch him play and to witness his greatness. It was unbelievable.
We know Bird's going to get it either on the left side or the right side. We got the play figured out. We sent him left. About 5 of us come over there to try to block the shot. So I grabbed the ball from the referee. Lambier's a good foul shooter. I throw it up. Bird sneaks in. I didn't even see him. But the thing I remember the most is that joker. That dude did this. Like a ballerina, right? And if you go back and you watch the play, that dude is on his toes. The baseline is right up under his toes. And in my mind, he must have stood there for about 5 seconds because everything was going in slow motion in my mind, right? And it's like, damn, how you doing that? And as I come back out of the huddle, right? We try to take the ball out of bounds or whatever. Larry walks by and he goes, wow. Winks at me, right?
I never really ever liked Lambert in any social situation.
No.
Yeah.
And it's because he was a dirty player. The 80s, when I played, there was a lot of cheap shots. If you go back and watch the Pistons playing against Chicago, I mean, Michael and Scotty were getting pounded. And a lot of it happened after the whistle. Like you're going in and you get fouled and the guy goes ahead and tries to, that's a free foul. Ricky Mahorn, he'd hit you and all that, but he'd hit you, you know you're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
But he didn't try to maim you.
Right.
Bill tried to hurt you. And, he was one of them guys, you shoot a jumper, he tried to slide his foot underneath your ankle so you twist your ankle. And that's why Parrish
Did he really used to do that?
If you watch any of our old games, Parrish was always twisting his ankle against the Pistons. So one time I shot a jumper and Lambert did it to me and I stepped on his foot, but I stepped on a high and twist my ankle. I don't know, a quarter or two later, he was shooting that jumper. I slid mine on there. That's the last time he ever did it.
Really?
Yeah.
Larry was on the fence because of his back, so I said, man, LB, you gotta play, man. You gotta play. This is our last chance to be together.
It just gets to the point where you just couldn't play. I mean, you couldn't think, couldn't move, couldn't run. You know, if you can't feel your feet, it's hard to run.
He said, Magic, my back is hurting. I said, Larry, you don't have to play 30 minutes a game. You can just play 10 minutes a game. He said, all right, I'll play. I said, all I want to do is come down and do a no-look pass to you and you shoot a three-pointer. We both gonna be very happy. The crowd start cheering. Larry, Larry, Larry.
Magic that time, making the defensive rotation, forcing him to put it on the floor. Bird for three. Yes! His third.
Larry didn't have the speed, couldn't jump, but he could shoot, and he could work. He was a big, strong, Buford Pusser type player, and he had a lot of skills. He could pass. He was ambidextrous, and you had to be like on him. You couldn't give him any space, and when he got high, it didn't matter if he was on him or not.
What'd you think when he played that game left-handed and had 40 with his left hand?
Well, he's left-handed. He writes right-handed. I wasn't surprised, but that's who he is, and he predicted it.
And said it. That's what's crazy.
He used to come in the All-Star game, 3-point contest. Right before it started, he'd come in and look at everybody and say, which one of you guys coming in second place? You know, he was tough. He was tough. He was nasty, physical. I didn't really like him.